Hello, everyone, and welcome to Project Morana episode 9. I don't know why I took such a big pause there, but I did.
Dramatic.
You're waiting for applause.
Welcome.
I don't know why. We hope that you've had a wonderful week. We've been chatting about a lot of things in the pre-show, so hopefully you'll get good vibes. We all need it. We've had a long week. I'm sure you all have too. Come on a little retreat with us where we all get scared shitless. It's gonna be great. But before we do that, we have some things to go over. First and foremost, we would like to thank our sponsor, Roll20. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. If you're curious about how we do our rolls, our dice, same thing. Our rolls, our character sheets, our maps, all that kind of stuff with all of our games. That's how we do it. And we even have made custom character sheets for certain games like Witches and Spellcraft. And I think we did a custom sheet for My Little Pony and a couple other ones. So yeah, sometimes there's not something there. So you just have to make it for yourself. And the great thing about it is you can do that.
You can. Yeah, that's cool.
And with Ascension, we even looped in, it's more complicated. If you're a little tech savvy, you can have like your health bars and stuff show up in your OBS updates. It's wild. So there's lots of cool stuff that you can integrate with API and stuff like that. So Roll20, good stuff. And then if you do maps, you can have lighting and you can have it so like only if you have the like a certain visual point that you can see it, or if you turn a corner, you can see things. It's kind of neat. Beyond that, we also have merch. You can check it out over at designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4 and get yourself a mug and a sweater. Because let me tell you, it's getting cold, at least where I'm at. It's getting cold. So a little sweater would be good. And I am working on a chip cult design. Yeah. For those of you, I saw someone on the YouTube channel that was like, I need a chip cult shirt. It might be coming. If my design is good enough. If it's not, we might get a designer to do it. But Bentham has agreed we can spend budget on it. So soon, you will have a chip cult shirt. And of course, we do want to remind you that our Capers Cyberpunk one-shot is over on our channel, and the Kickstarter, I believe, is complete. They hit their goal, which is awesome, and went above and beyond, and we always love a good Nerdburger Craig game. So if you haven't checked out all the other games, definitely go check out those, but it was a lot of fun, the Caper Cyberpunk one. And with that, just do want to give you a reminder, trigger warning reminder, that we may cover topics today that you are not interested in seeing, or there might be something that comes up that is too spoopy for you. If you need to step away, we completely understand. Watch at your own leisure and at your own pace. And of course, today we would like to thank our supporter, Jackson Decay. Thank you so much, Jackson. We really, really appreciate you supporting today's episode. And if you would like to become a supporter just like Jackson, you can head on over to our Patreon and support us at Legend Tier Above. And that not only lets you support an episode, you also get to play in a privately GM'd game. I just DM'd them with one game, and we're going to be playing some Witches and Spellcraft. I believe the next one is, I'm GMing them this Saturday or something, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you would like to be GM'd by one of our wonderful cast members, you can come do that. Kelly's GM'd a few of them, so maybe we'll have some more. I think Shar has GM'd something. Maybe we need to get Jeremy and Katie GM some stuff. Yeah, I'll hit you guys up.
I am ready.
You haven't been GM'd until you've been GM'd by Jeremy Cobb.
Okay, all right. Well, that's next up, Jeremy. I'm gonna be hitting you up.
All right.
But there's all kinds of other goodies over on Patreon for a variety of tiers from $1 up. So if that is too high of a price range for you, there's a lot of other ways to support us and still get cool rewards. Put a lot of pressure on Bentham. He better get the map in and the new character sheets. So you guys ping the crap out of him on Discord. I saw some of you already doing it. But we should have new character sheets for our 1994 characters, and then also a map that Kelly has made. But Kelly might have an update for us at some point because the world keeps growing.
I think I've already described the layout wrong.
Oh no.
We don't know.
I like that they have a map but still described it wrong.
You know what,
Theater
Kelly?
of the mind.
But you know what, Kelly? Just do a Shining thing and be like, "Yo, it's part of the town." Like the
Oh,
layout
Shining
doesn't
is
make
so
sense.
good. I love
Yeah.
The Shining. If you have not watched it, I know some young folks out there haven't yet. I would recommend it. It's creepy.
If only there were 2 visual references to The Shining on screen right now.
Not at all. But anyways, we also, if you can also subscribe to us right here on Twitch. If you're watching us live, we super duper appreciate that. It gets you access to the VODs in advance, as well as emotes, which are really fun. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe to us for free with your Amazon Prime, which is super handy. Or it just goes to waste, and then I guess Jeff Bezos gets your money. So you decide what you want to do with your money. And of course, you can be a YouTube member over on our YouTube channel, and that gets you access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord where we chat about all of the things. And Papa Tim constantly shares all the dice rolling, which is very intriguing. And we have little conversations. You can ask us questions, we'll answer them. You can tell Kelly how much you love the world. Whatever's fancy in your boat. Just don't be rude. That's all we ask. And of course, there's lots of non-monetary ways to support us. We haven't really had anybody ever be rude in our community. They're all lovely. Because we know that not everyone can support us in a monetarily way, but there's tons of free ways to support us. Watching us live on Twitch, making clips, because you can only do that while we're live, and we really appreciate the clips, so thank you for the clips. And you can also watch us over on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, head over to Facebook and X and like, share, post, comment, all of those things. They make the algorithms go more, and so people can see us and find our stories so we can keep telling more. And with that, I'm gonna shut up so that Kelly can take it away.
Yay!
Yay!
Forewarning.
Do I need to change the music again, or?
Well,
Need
yeah,
to be chill?
probably. Listen,
Last time you were like, you gotta change the music. This ain't gonna go.
Yeah, we should probably change the music. Also, forewarning, I apparently got a bunch of mold in my throat because I keep having to clear it. So I'll try to clear away from the mic if I have to.
Prayers for
like
Kelly's
that
growing
time.
mold infestation in their neck.
My eyes just started crusting over. And
No!
it's getting pretty bad.
it's
The Last
coming
of
to
Us is happening
fruition.
right now.
All right.
Oh.
It's method. The date is Thursday, January 5th, 2023. The time is 6:27 p.m. Marie, Laura, and Nate are all in the small examination room of Dr. Samuel Morcelli's clinic. You've all been left alone while he goes to find Jack, hoping to borrow a wheelchair for Nate, who is currently lying on the bed with a broken leg. There's a bowl of guacamole resting between his knees and an open bag of kettle chips. Marie and Laura sit opposite sides of the bed from each other. The room is dim with just the fluorescent light above Nate's head lighting you all, and the far-off hallway light in the rest of the office. Marie, you've just found Benjamin Thorne's medical records, and upon opening, found a Polaroid picture of him clipped to the inside. He looks thin and pale. His skin hangs off his body. His eyes are sunken and dark, and he looks hollow inside. But you see a stack of reports.
I'm looking at him. I need to know.
Question, because we didn't actually ask this. How do Laura and Nate feel about Marie ravaging through Samuel's office to find these reports?
Is this not a good thing? Is this not what we're supposed to do?
Law. Yeah, I'm pro ravagement. Like, I'm pro ravagement. Yeah.
All right.
If I was in a position to cheer, which I'm really not right now, due to the broken leg and everything, I'm like, yeah, this place is
You
still
still got 2 arms.
We're with the
I'm just lying on the bed like, oh yeah, ow.
You're
Do
medicated. Remember, you got Andy's good pain meds.
Very true.
All right, so this is a celebratory read through. In which case, Shar, I'm going to add something to your journal in Roll20.
Oh. Okay.
Only because it was celebratory.
Yeah. It was.
Oh
I was-
gosh. If it wasn't, would it have been different?
yes. No.
Oh, I was like, seriously?
Kelly wrote 2 entire sets of files depending on whether we were celebratory or not.
All right. Wow. This is thorough. Good job. Okay. Patient Benjamin Alex Thorne. Date of birth February 18th, 1994. Male. Date currently December 2nd, 2002. Complaint: fatigue, weakness, confusion, hallucinations, irritability, mood changes, reduced immunity, sensitivity to light, lethargy, elevated heart rate, hyperventilating, decreased muscle mass, memory loss, catatonia. History. Past medical history. Miss Hamilton brought the patient in, says she's his aunt. Claims he was in a care home that had no record of his medical history. Family history of arthritis and epilepsy on the aunt's side. Physical exam, 96 Fahrenheit temperature, rails in both lung fields, rapid breathing, supraventricular tachycardia, general appearance, pallor, emaciated, sallow skin, drawn. Diagnosis: patient likely suffering from severe exhaustion, anemia, dehydration, malnourishment, infection, and other unknown conditions. Patient's plan: keep patient under strict supervision, administer fluids, monitor vitals, run blood tests, prescribe antibiotics, just to be safe. Education and next steps: call Dr. Henry Alvarez from the Royal Alexandra Hospital in Edmonton to help assess the patient. Miss Hamilton has agreed to stay with the patient. Follow-up, tests, and lots of them. Dr. Samuel Marcelli. A note is attached to this first record. No idea how this guy is still standing. I just hope whatever is keeping him alive keeps it up. Henry won't be able to get here until this storm clears. That's it from this first document. Well, at least we have something that we can follow up on. We can call this, well, if we could call anyone, but there's another name here. Henry Alvarez.
Yeah, and this, the woman who dropped the aunt, too?
Miss Hamilton. There's no first name, I don't think.
Hamilton.
Should we take a picture of the files? I still have I have the megapixel thing on my camera on my phone.
Oh.
Yes, good idea. We don't want to take anything away, but we can take a picture.
Yeah, we'll see if your phone's, it wasn't like working properly earlier, but maybe it'll work now.
Can I take out my I've completely forgotten what happened. Did I break my phone, or is it just wasn't working right?
All right. It didn't manage to take good pictures. It was just bad.
I will hand over my flip phone. What is the exact model? Wait, I wrote it down. Is it a Nokia? I feel like it's a Nokia.
Yes, it was.
Let me find it. My Nokia 2780. I will hand over my Nokia 2780 flip phone to the pair and be like, you know how to work this thing better than me.
Well, Marie, do you have a phone? No offense. I just know, I would assume your phone's a little more modern and maybe you could take
Good
higher
point. And I take
more
out
megapixels. We'll take both. Why don't we take pictures with both?
I take it out, but isn't it smashed from the car accident?
The screen is cracked. It still works, but it's pretty spidered.
Okay. But still, good idea. Let's both take a photo.
And you'd manage to, obviously the newer phone's quality is a little bit better, but the screen's not cracked. And Laura, you're able to take a picture of the document, no problem.
You said there's a picture of Ben. Correct?
Mhm.
I think I would pick up the picture and just look at it closer. And just, you might hear me under my breath. What happened to him?
I don't know, but it sounds like neglect. Along with everything else, of course.
Wait. Looking at the notes here, does it say date of birth February 18th, 1994? For Benjamin?
Wait, that's right.
Wait, sorry, that was my fault.
That was me asking as a player.
Okay,
I just wanted to make sure before I commented on it
I
as
wrote
name.
70. I wrote 74 and then must have copied it over wrong.
Okay, because I was about to be like,
I can see people being like, "Oh my god,
we got something now."
Finally, we got a clue.
All right,
Yeah,
all right. I didn't do it.
I was bound to type something wrong in that for sure. In addition to, there are several records of checkups and appointments and whatnot, as well as a composed notes, which I have added to your journal as well, Shar.
Ooh.
But from the initial assessments that you've read from that first document, he seemed pretty messed up.
You were closest with him, Laura. Do you know this aunt?
No, I don't. I was racking my brain for a Hamilton. I don't remember a Hamilton. I don't remember. And I'm looking at this picture. Do I notice anything about the picture while I'm looking at it?
Give me a spot hidden.
Okay. So I'm studying this picture and I'm just trying to share that I don't understand why he looks like this. Did it roll? Okay, there we go.
Hard success.
Wow.
Hard success. 10 versus 45.
Woo!
As you look at it, Laura, you can recognize Benjamin's features. He still has the same head shape. His eye color, what is left, is still the same, only darkened. And you get a feeling. You feel as if something is lost. This image looks familiar, or at least Benjamin in this picture looks familiar, but it's in the way that you can't pin down when or how it is.
I'm getting major deja vu looking at this. He was so handsome. I don't know what could. And I just look up at Marie and Nate. This looks like hell.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've heard that long-term illnesses like that can really transform a person. You know, hollow him out. And so was this taken when he was brought here, or was it taken towards the end? Because if this was taken when he was brought here, how'd they let it get this bad? I don't know who this Miss Hamilton is, but if she's his aunt, I'm not impressed.
And this Dr. Henry Alvarez, is there anything in the reports from that doctor, Marie?
Marie searches through the files and does pull up there's quite a bit actually. Here, it starts in January of 2002, so that's what, a month and a half after he was first admitted. Doctor, should I read?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Dr. Henry Alvarez has begun running initial tests. Despite all odds, Benjamin's condition has not changed in the last month. for better or worse. I continue to monitor his vitals and do the best I can, but he seems, for lack of a better word, in stasis. Henry believes that his low temperature may be keeping him in a state of cryonics, but that was just a wild guess over drinks. 2 days later, test results continue to come back negative for anything beyond a mild infection, anemia, and malnourishment. Malnourishment still, though, this is just me, malnourishment even after a month in a bed? Continuing on, his breathing is still elevated, rails in the lungs, elevated heart rate, yet none of these seem to be having long-term effects. Our attempts to treat these symptoms are met with frustratingly little outcome. Oh, there we go. Still, waiting on a few tests, Miss Hamilton hasn't left his side. It's sweet, but I'm getting sick of her.
I mean, as far as the losing weight thing, when I was younger, not before I met you, Marie, but you remember my dog Willie?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Yeah. So Willie, and I turned to Laura and I'm like, I don't think I ever talked about him. His full name was Wilfred Winifer, but we just called him Willie. So Willie, he had kidney problems towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I don't remember, it's like the slow kidney failure, I think, like, because there's a couple of different kinds of kidney failure. That's what the vet said. And the slow kidney failure, I guess, kind of made him, he was losing weight, and he kept losing weight. And we put him on a diet of like high, it was supposed to make him, it's like what you put to make your sort of fatten up your dog. And he would eat it, but he still wasn't gaining weight. And so, I don't know, it didn't sound like they said anything about kidney stuff, but I know that there's at least some conditions that even if you eat, you still don't gain weight, and maybe you still lose weight. So maybe it's just that his body wasn't taking in the nutrients or something.
B? Sorry, go ahead, Laura.
I mean, isn't it unprofessional for a doctor to say they're getting sick of a companion of a patient? And maybe it is something like that. Maybe I feel like doctors don't even know what they're talking about half the time anyway, so they probably missed something. Obviously, they missed something.
But, I mean, there's more. Here, and I pull out February 2nd, 2002. Oh, wait, I missed one. January 23rd. All test results are finished. No idea what this is. I want to bring Benjamin to the city, but Henry insists that he can figure this out. He says that the patient is stable, so what's the harm? If we can figure out what's wrong with Benjamin Thorne, then we have a paper on our hands. Ugh, selfish. I think we should take this moment of stasis and move the patient while he's stable. Then, February 2nd, the patient's still stable. We are no closer. So, this is a week later. Why will Henry not let me take him to Edmonton? I might have to move him in secret. This is a whole conspiracy. What? The next day, Henry has the whole damn town on his side now. The council think that a medical paper like this could revitalize the town? I'm just thinking about the patient, but what does that matter? All caps, a month later, March 20th. Benjamin is lucid. We have no clue what happened, but the son of a bitch is just walking around, talking, asking for a coffee. He looks like death, but he otherwise seems fine. His temperature is up, his breathing and heart rate have settled down. Was he just in hibernation? Henry is in shock and a little pissed off. I think he feels cheated after all this time that Thorne just got better. We're going to keep him here a little longer for observations. 5 days later, we sent Ben home, Henry left, and then the next one's August. Should I keep going?
Yes. Or...
GM, while this is happening, all this talk of Henry, I think triggers something for Nate. Doesn't I don't know if I'd say anything about it. I think I would just sort of go quiet and start trying to remember. In my dream, did I ever see any evidence of either Henry's surname, my Henry, his surname, or his profession?
Give me a power roll.
All right.
This is such a deep cut. Holy shit.
I have the power! I do not have the power. That is 78 versus 35.
Yeah, you remember about as much as you do a good dream.
Just the name Henry rings a bell, and I'm like, huh. Probably a coincidence. Please continue.
All right. The next one, he's back in sick again. So Benjamin came in with bronchitis. I haven't seen him sick in nearly 5 months, and all he has is bronchitis. He's looking better, all things considered. He's a bit heavier, he's breathing normally, but he's still pale as a ghost. Then we're almost a year later. January, February, March, April, May. Sorry, numbers. May 23rd. Benjamin brought a baby in today. He claims it's his, but won't tell me who the mother is. I examined the child and he seems healthy. Ethically, I convinced Benjamin to let me run a paternity test. Please let this actually be his child. What follows are several entries throughout Benjamin's life. He's sick frequently. He's held in clinics for seems like weeks at a time. The doctor continues to run tests trying to determine what's wrong, and he eventually settles on an autoimmune disease and just leaves it at that. But here's the two that seem to stick out to me. January 14th, 2019. Henry has died. I only mention this here because he emailed me last week about reopening his case on Ben. Apparently, he believes that our lack of experience resulted in inconclusive tests, and that my bias has made me stop looking for a real answer. I can't say he's wrong. I wish that he would have let me bring him to the city. I wish we could have kept working on this together. Maybe things would have been different. Ben's alive. Liam was born. I'm sorry, Henry. And this last one's the last one. December 2nd of this year.
Or
Benjamin
last year,
might...
Sorry.
Ben,
2022.
From the future!
That's right. Last year, December 2nd, 2022. Benjamin might finally die. Maybe then I can move on. So, it seems like this doctor was really wrapped up in this.
Yeah, but doesn't seem like in the right ways. This is like malpractice. This is like patient neglect.
Yeah. It sounds like they were looking at him as like a meal ticket for the town.
Yeah. And how does a city council suddenly get permission to meddle in these types of affairs?
You saw how they got when I asked questions.
They're so secretive, but apparently not. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm reading a patient file right now, but...
Yeah, but you're not with city council. You know?
True!
He just shows up with a baby and they're like, okay.
Roll
I
Yeah.
wonder if there's anything about the baby in here.
Marie, roll me a medical roll, plus a bonus.
Ooh. Remind me how to do a bonus.
So once you roll, you can click the bonus/penalty underneath the result.
Okay. Medicine. Well, it's terrible, so I don't
Ugh.
think I'm going to get it with the bonus. Because it's
Alright.
60 versus 6.
You can proceed then.
Is there the results of the paternity test, or is there anything on there that's like...
Not that hold on, let me look. Do I find anything like that?
Roll a spot hidden.
Spot hidden. I'm a bit better at that. 44 versus 30.
Do you want to spend the luck?
Let's do it. I will spend 14 luck. Sounds a lot.
That's so
Wait,
many.
is it worth it for a paternity test about this kid?
You also have time, so you
I mean,
could
we don't
push it if
know.
you want.
don't
But
know.
a worse result might happen.
Is Liam his kid? I don't know. I'm
I guess
creeped
it's
out about the whole
important to
thing.
know. Okay. 30 is pretty good though. I'm gonna try roll again. So I'm gonna push it by doing a bit more rifling in the desk, since it doesn't seem to be in this file, but there's got to be other files. I'll go by last name and see if I can find Liam's file.
All right.
So I can roll spot hidden again.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Terrible. 82
Even
versus 30.
82,
Absolutely terrible.
That's
as
ugly.
you leave the examination room to go back to the doctor's office, you start rifling through the shelves, and you see a face in the window to his office, just barely illuminated by the light inside, staring at you in what looks like shock. And they run away.
Can I tell who it is at all? Does it look masculine or feminine, big or small?
It looks, give me a spot hidden, as they were pretty quick.
Okay. Okay, this one I got 45 versus 30, but I want to know, so I am going to spend 15 luck points.
Give chase.
Alright.
Give chase. Parkour. Action, Marie.
Crash through the window, yeah.
Tom Cruise it. Just like, oh, just running through the snow.
You see a feminine face for a moment in the window as they run away.
Okay, I'm just writing that down. Okay, someone knew that I was in here. I just saw a girl outside.
What?
There was someone out there. They looked shocked, and then they ran.
Like, what did they see?
I'm digging through stuff.
Do we think that this is a dangerous situation? Like, we're snooping around, but do we think, because, like, I've seen movies. You know what I mean? This is an isolated town. Out in the snow, no one can hear you scream. Is this something we go action mode? Well, I can't go action mode, but is this worth action mode?
This is incredibly fucked up. Like, they didn't help our friend. Like, I know so much happened. I feel so guilty about this. Like, he was trapped here. Someone just kept him here so that they could what? Write a paper? Bring glory to this shitty town? When are they gonna come here? Oh, well, there's a medical miracle? So what, they gonna market it as you come here to Lake Morana and heal yourself? But clearly that's not what happens.
Should I follow her? Should I go? Nate, I feel like you would go if you could.
I would, but I can't. I really
run.
can't.
Keep looking through the files, Nate. We're switching jobs. And I try to be athletic.
Can I like grab like if there's like a pole or like a coat hanger or something?
Crutches.
Okay, I'll hobble over. I'll crutch my way over to the files and start looking through, and be like, look over at Laura and be like, "Help me! We got to do this fast."
And I'll rifle as well, just looking for anything and everything.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
try and follow the footprints that I imagine are in the snow. And I'll use my phone as a flashlight. Wait, is it dark?
Yes, it is nighttime.
Yeah,
now.
and I'll use my phone as a flashlight.
As you run out, you are like buffeted by the wind that has picked up, and I will have you roll a track.
God, there's no way I'm good at that. Let's see.
Marie the track star.
10. Oh God. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I could advocate to be it instead, but I don't really think so. Libraries?
Maybe spot hidden just so you can follow the person. Could you
That's
maybe
true.
if you're not trying to follow them at speed, maybe it's just like trying to find the tracks so you can head off. At least.
this is definitely a track
Specific
roll.
skill.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. I will roll 30 versus 10.
As you round the corner.
Hold on. Can I spend luck on this?
Yes.
Oh my god, you're gonna have no luck.
You're getting close to the second half of this show, and you're gonna spend all your luck.
We get to build it up every session, right?
Yeah.
If
I'm
it's
gonna
in
do
your
it.
heart, do
I'm
it.
gonna
Yeah.
spend 20.
And you only play this version half the time, so
Also true.
That's true. We do.
It's math.
We have more luck.
exactly.
All right, so you're gonna spend 20 luck.
So I
You
spent
round.
35 luck this session. Oh my god.
My god.
Yes,
Y'all
I am
better
here
spend
for
luck
this.
for me
Who's gonna
later
die
when I'm
first?
dying.
Yes, I am here for this. Action, Marie.
You round
I like to
the
imagine she's in
corner.
high heels too.
Oh, I am. I'm in rockabilly heels.
You didn't switch to boots?
I've got a big sweater on. I'm wearing winter gear except for the shoes. I didn't think I'd be going through the snow, but here I am trying to live, survive.
You round the corner to where the window to the office is, and you can see deep boot prints running off into the darkness along the road. And as you run after them and begin tracking through the snow, I will have Laura and Nate both can roll a spot hidden as you're attempting to find something.
Also, can I just say that as I'm going, I'm gonna try and make it very clear where I'm going so that they have an easier job if somebody wants to follow me.
All right.
I got a 62 versus 5.
I failed as well at a 75 versus 45.
Are either of you going to try to push it? You only need one of you to succeed.
Let's 4 straight rolls. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think I look over at Nate with just determination in my eyes, and I just
We lock eyes and nod. Yeah, we both
nod,
like.
and then just trying. I'm pushing things to the side. I go into super focus mode, throwing some things maybe.
All right, go ahead and oh my god.
85 versus 30.
I succeeded with a 41 versus 45.
Yes! Yes! Oh, the hype
All
is
right.
real.
Here's what I'm going to do. What am I gonna do with you, Nate?
Paper cuts. Just so many paper
Yeah.
cuts. It's like,
As the two of you are rifling and throwing things aside, I'm gonna start with you, Laura. You're pretty sure that you found everything on Benjamin at this point. You've scoured all of the tertiary and satellite files that may or may not be connected to him. You can't find results. Not even the results, but you can't find the submission of the paternity test. In that it is absent. And B, you find a hidden journal in Samuel's desk. Nate, as all of this is happening, you hear a Jeep pull up.
do I recognize the sound of this Jeep?
Yeah, it was pretty recent ago that you heard Samuel driving this Jeep.
Ooh.
I switch from like to just putting things back in as hurriedly as possible. And I am man. You know what I'm gonna do? Wait, is there a tree outside? Is there a tree like or anything nearby?
In like the back of the building. You're sort of in there's like a cross of streets right now, and you're on the corner of it.
Okay, so no like immediate. That's rough.
A bush?
Yeah, is there anything? Yeah, I was gonna try and like maybe try and open the window partway, smash it, and be like, a tree came through and the wind blew everything. I think I'm just gonna start putting things away and assume that he's probably not gonna be looking through these files within any depth while we're here. So if I just get him back in there, we'll get out of town and it won't matter. So I'm just putting things hurriedly as fast as possible back away.
Unfortunately, with Laura now focused on this journal, having found it, you get about, I'll say 80% of these files back in by the time you hear footsteps down the hall that just stop at the door.
Can I, as I hear the footsteps coming, can I attempt to head them off at the door?
You can.
I would like to just like with do like a one leg, you know, like the big, you know, if you're like a kid playing around on the crutches, you go for the big lean and then and sort of get over there real quick.
And you see Samuel like stop.
Wait, I have a better idea. I start to do that. Think for a moment and sync. Take one for the team. I grab onto the edge of the filing cabinet and go and throw myself and it to the ground.
So you're a genius, Nate. You're not stupid. You're a genius.
Give me a dexterity to determine whether or not you get hurt doing this.
Okay. All right. For a 49-year-old man, I am quite dexterous, I think. So let's see. Yes, okay. Success. 59 versus 65. That's right. That's right.
You manage to like pivot just as the cabinet is falling down and land with it to your side as it crashes and spills its content. You hear the footsteps rush up to the office door. Samuel standing there. Laura, what are you doing in this chaos?
I think I would probably have heard the footsteps and, like Nate, started to try to like put some of the reports away, but I take the journal. Listen, what they're doing is illegal, so I'm going to do something a little illegal. I'm going to take some of the notes and I'm going to take this journal and I'm going to shove them in my purse to try to get those secured. And I think I pick up immediately what Nate does, immediately worried that Nate has hurt himself. But then going like, I got this like, oh no, Nate fell. And so I kind of go into an acting mode of like babying Nate, like, oh no, are you okay? And trying to help Nate up so when Samuel comes in, he thinks that this was the work of Nate falling into the cabinets.
He gets there and immediately you can see like he's still got his jacket on and his toque and looks at you. What the hell are you doing in my office?
Nate stood up too soon, stumbled a little bit, and then I tried to help, and then just it was like a domino.
Office?
It was a domino effect.
Down the hallway, through the door, into the cabinet.
Well, first Nate got up. Nate, I think you're muted.
Yeah, something happened to you, Nate. You're not.
Oh.
There we go.
Am I back?
I hear you
Am I
now.
back?
Yeah.
I say I was trying to get some practice in with the crutches. You know, it's been years since I had to use them. I was just trying to get, you know, a quick wander around the office, and I was a little too much too soon. Ow. Oh.
Yeah, it was going
ow.
well at first, and then like we were going a little bit, and then it just, I don't really know how it happened. I'm so sorry. I know it's a mess. I can help you clean it up.
I need both of you to roll fast talk. 1 sec. Let
Can
me
we get a
just-
bonus? Because I did fall. Like, I am actually on the ground.
The okay, this is just a both of you roll me. Oh man. No, just a flat fast talk, both of you.
Gotta reload
Yikes!
that.
Brutal storekeeper. Brutal. Oh my god, brutal.
I thought it was going to be a
41
hard one
versus
because doctors are really observant. They can usually like tell when patients
They're-
lie and stuff.
I mean, there was.
Should we say what we got?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got a 64 versus 15.
I got a 41 versus 5.
Should we push it? Can we
Can't
push
push it if it's a dangerous situation. You can't push it.
Should we spend luck? Should
Yeah,
I
can you
spend
spend 50?
a nice? I do have
40.
exactly 50 luck.
You know
What
As
happens
what?
when you have
the
zero
keeper,
luck?
as the keeper, I would love you to do that.
What happens when you have zero luck though? Do you just die?
Shit
We
just
gotta
happens.
learn. We'll
You can't
learn.
say
I'm gonna
scum
Google
anymore.
it.
So I'm assuming you aren't spending luck.
No, Laura's got other plans if this doesn't work out.
Samuel looks like first shocked and then obviously disbelieving and then genuinely looks hurt.
I look at Laura, like I'm like, turn to Laura.
We'll get out of your hair. I know that we've been a big mess since we've arrived. Sorry about your
just-
office.
I don't.
Are you cut out for this job, Samuel?
He just shakes his head, walks away.
I'm gonna help Nate up.
Ah. I'm gonna look at Laura and be like, psychological warfare?
Well, he seems familiar with it himself.
Okay. I'm a Muhammad Ali fan. I've seen the picture, and I start like I'm like, here's the plan. And I would have hobbled down after Sam. I just forgot his Samuel. My goodness,
Yeah.
I never remember this dude's name.
Samuel Marcelli.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of a character trait. I cannot remember Samuel's name, despite him being into me a little bit. I'd like to come up behind him and put a hand on Samuel's shoulder and be like,
He's
Samuel,
gonna like shrug you off and just keep walking towards the door.
Sam, I know what it's like to feel inadequate, to feel like you're not enough.
He stops.
I know what it's like to feel like a failure, and to feel like there's so much more you could have done, and that you never did the things that you were supposed to do.
He turns around and you can see like anger now. I did everything. Fucking everything I could. I gave my life to this place. They took everything from me. They took my life. They took my career. They took the one person I cared about. Don't you ever tell me you know how I feel. I thought when you showed up, when the two of you... I'm just sick and fucking tired of people taking from me. And I thought that maybe you were different.
We are different, Samuel.
This place took from us too. And we're here just trying to find out how they did it.
Then ask. I'm so sick and tired of everyone being so goddamn secretive. And
Well, so are we. From the time we've arrived here, even before we got here, it feels like nobody's given us a straight answer about anything. It feels like...
And then I catch you, what, doing espionage in my office?
It's because we're desperate to know what happened to our friend.
He was sick. He was sick. He came here. I tried to help him.
Who
and then he got
stopped you?
better. Everyone.
Because the way that I'm looking at it and hearing you talk right now, you're on our side, not theirs.
I don't know whose fucking side I am on anymore. If I can't trust you, clearly.
Well,
It's only because we didn't know we could trust you. And since we got here, it feels like everything we talk about, every question we ask, people are dodging it. They're not giving straight answers. They're acting like we are outsiders, but they haven't been exactly welcoming. You saw what the town meeting was like.
I don't know what was wrong with your friend. When he was brought to me, he was already near death. I mean, you probably read the report. Something happened to him before he got here. And something here made him better. He lived a life here, and the town accepted him and rejected any theories I had about what was wrong with him.
was he going to the lake, drinking the water? Was he rolling around in the grass? Was there something he did that they thought was a magical elixir?
You sound like the town. No, I don't know.
Are you not allowed to, if you tell us, will something bad happen to you?
I mean, it fucking doesn't matter anymore. People claim that there are spirits here. I haven't seen any of it. Well,
Spirits? You saw Ben?
No. I saw Ben get better. They claim that, Morana is a god, but I don't believe in that. But people believe that the lake has the god Morana in it. But we don't sacrifice anyone or anything like that. It's like, I don't know, they donate things to her or something.
Well, like Tilly's husband, like people with cancer or something like that. How come it didn't heal them?
Nothing miraculous has happened here since Ben got better.
So the miracle was Ben, not this place.
Or he took every last ounce of power that lake has. Again, I don't believe in any of this. And I don't think you should either. I think you should wait out this storm and get the hell out of this town the first chance you have. You're not going to find salvation here, whatever you're looking for.
Why haven't you left?
Got nowhere else to go.
Well,
This
I mean, there's a
place-
whole world.
Yeah.
My world left.
Who or what was your world?
Henry.
Do you maybe have a picture of Henry somewhere?
Yeah.
Just... Could you satisfy my curiosity a little bit? And show me just a photo of Henry? Actually, before you do, can I describe to him what Henry looks like? And see if that rings a bell?
You certainly can. I need you to do 2 things for me. First, roll me a psychology.
Okay. Oh, 18 versus 50. Hard success. Hard success.
And roll me a persuasion.
Okay. All right. Persuade. I have decent persuade. Extreme success. 5 versus 40.
The dice are telling a story.
As you describe the man from your dream, you can see him attempt to remain stoic and angry, but you can see the muscles in his body go limp as his eyes begin to start watering.
Is that the man that you knew?
He opens up his jacket and reaches into the pocket and pulls out his phone, and unlocks it and starts swiping a bit. And you can see as he does, tears start to like drop onto his phone. And he just faces it towards you. And you can see an obituary with Henry's face.
Oh, I think there is something supernatural happening here. I'd like to just spill the beans and say, I'd like to just come clean, say the dream, say when I had the dream, because that was the night that I got the call from Liam. That was like, I was pulled out of that. And I'd like to describe all of it in as much detail of Henry's behavior and everything and how he sounded, all that stuff.
You can tell Samuel like barely keeping it together as you tell this story. And in fact has to like sit down and recommends that you sit down as well. Sort of pulls like a computer chair.
Thank you. I've actually wanted to sit down for a while. Thank you. Ha. I look over at Laura, like,
yeah, I think Laura's kind of like mouth agape, like she's leaning against like a door frame with her arms crossed, kind of like, what the hell is happening? But trying to be like, I know, I'm gonna play it cool, but just internally kind of sweating right now.
Christ.
I don't know if he's involved.
I don't know if he can be involved. He's dead, but you apparently had a dream of him 2 years later. I don't know what.
Oh, I meant Christ.
Say. Oh. I mean, I'll tell you anything I can, but honestly, I've tried to keep to myself since Henry left, and I have no idea how you would know of him or be getting dreams of him. Or did he look happy?
Yeah. I think you were a real lucky guy to have had him, you know, when you did in your life.
I mean, we didn't have long. Didn't even tell anyone.
I want to be honest with you. Nothing I'm saying is untrue. I didn't know anything about this. It's just there's all these mentions of Henry, and
I mean,
it
at
rang
this
a
point,
bell.
I hope it is untrue, to be honest. I hope someone pops out of the closet with a hidden camera at this point, but until that time, I'm gonna have to believe you. So what now?
I turned to Laura. I'm just like, whoa.
What happened to Ben? What's going on with Liam? What is going
Ben.
on in this town?
Oof. How long you got?
Apparently a storm. Storm's laying forth.
I do want to say, Marie's gone in the storm. Is there any chance that you could tell us this while we're in the Jeep following her footprints? Because look, I know that she can move when she needs to. I've seen her do it, but I also know she's not an athlete, and it is cold.
Yeah. I've got Jack gave me a wheelchair for you. Yeah, let's go. And he will lead you to his Jeep and begin driving. In the meantime, Carl, you just left the Coven's party and are walking through the windy, snowy darkness. Your only illumination in the night right now is the occasional street light, but the light almost gets engulfed in that cone and then immediately becomes darkness outside of it. What are you doing?
I think when Carl first starts walking away from the house, he kind of walks hurriedly to the first light. He'll look back at the house, and then he just keeps walking and doesn't turn back.
Roll navigate.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get lost. Where is navigate? I haven't had to navigate before. All right, I found it. Ooh, y'all, I'm getting lost. I'm calling it here. 52 out of 10.
Do you want to spend 42 luck?
No.
Do you want to push it?
Yeah, I think, because how far away is this from where I'm at?
It was about 4 country blocks.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm like, no, it must have been that other turn, and I think Carl's gonna try to look again. It's not gonna go well.
Got a 1 in 10 chance.
So close.
Now spend it.
Now I think 9 luck is worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can. I don't know if you're allowed.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
check one
can
sec. 'Cause
I?
I don't think luck.
If not, I won't.
Yeah, luck can't be spent on luck rolls, damage rolls, sanity rolls, or push rolls.
Okay.
Oh,
Then that
It's
is
an
where I'm
either
at.
or.
I'm at 19 to 10.
You got here in the late afternoon and had Mara and the storm kind of calmed down while you're walking. And even though the town itself isn't large, the distance between streets is variable. And as you walk, you start taking turns thinking that you've gone far enough, walking down a side street for a while, realizing that by the time you don't recognize the houses around you, that you need to go back and try again. And some time passes and you start to get a bit exhausted and cold. And then you see headlights in the street kind of coming towards you. And they get about 10 feet away before stopping. And you can hear engine idling. Can you do anything?
Carl will wave. Hey.
You hear the door open and see a silhouette step out. It's sort of blinding, looking into the headlights. And you see it begin to walk towards you. And when it gets in front of the headlights itself, you see Sergeant Elias Novak, the sort of grumpy, large police officer. He has his like thick police jacket on and a cap with one of those ear warmer things that come to the side. And his hands are currently in his jacket pocket. What the hell are you doing out here?
A sense of relief comes over Carl, I think, and Carl just takes like a deep breath. He's like holding his breath the entire time. And you can see like the cold breath come out of his mouth in the snow. I think I got turned around. I went to visit Liam.
Well, you shouldn't be out this late, first off. But you're lucky we're doing patrols. So get in.
Yeah. And Carl will get in.
And as you get in, it's almost immediate, like vacuum sealed, as the storm that you didn't even realize the wind was buffeting your ears just becomes quiet.
I think my glasses fog up and I have to like take them off and clean them.
And Elias gets in as well and sits there for a bit, and he says, so how's Mara doing?
Mara? I think good.
She didn't get up to any weird shit tonight?
Carl's like fiddling with his hands and looks really uncomfortable. No. Not a very convincing no.
All right, where are we going? You're at Riley's place, right?
Yeah, that's where they have us.
All right. And he starts driving. You can tell. Give me a psychology real quick.
Okay. 81 out of 65. Oh.
You can tell that he's uncomfortable socially. Like, he doesn't initiate a conversation and kind of seems like awkward. And just keeps driving. Do you say or do anything?
I think Carl's kind of looking around in the vehicle to see if there's anything out of the ordinary, and then I don't think he'd start talking right away, but if the ride is long, Carl might say something like, "Why are you? Have you found anything on your patrols other than, I guess, me?"
Nothing yet. I mean, that's ideal. Last time people got locked in, usually took a couple weeks for them to actually lose it. Mostly it was bread and videos. But
Bread?
I was yeah, the sourdough bread. You ever had it? Mara tried making it. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind it.
Oh. I'm hoping that they can survive a storm without losing it, but I feel like people's tolerance is lower. That's why we're out here.
Why would their tolerance be lower? It's just a storm, right?
Yeah, but I think you can only take so much from someone until it takes a while to recover, right?
What was taken away from people? Are you just talking about like the pandemic or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever. Listen, you shouldn't be walking out in the storm, is what I'm saying. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
You could get lost if you're not from here. And that's about it.
I wasn't planning on it, but it's kind of happened.
What, they didn't let you stay over and do their weird Zaman rituals or whatever?
Zaman rituals?
Yeah, the lady in the lake.
Lady in the lake?
Wow, you really need. They didn't tell you anything, did they?
Well, nothing about a lady in a lake.
Not on a lake. He kind of like points in a general direction, and it's like his finger's getting like very close to your head as he's just pointing toward the window.
Oh, you mean the person who lives on that island?
Yeah,
in the middle of the lake?
Farzana, Miss Zaman.
Farzana, Miss Zaman?
Miss Zaman.
Miss Zaman?
She, I don't know. She's into the witch ritual things. Getting in the kid's head, you know.
She the one who taught them these rituals?
Yeah.
How long has that lady been in the middle of the lake?
Oh, I don't know, like 10 years now. I don't like to go out there, but technically it's on our route.
So she's not from here? Is her family from here? She just like lives in the middle of the lake?
No, she bought the chapel on Union Island and then just settled there. I don't know, you're from the city. City folk just buy property and settle because they think it'll be easier, don't they?
Yeah, I guess.
Anyways.
Probably nice. Like living alone in the middle of the lake, I guess. Except for in the storm.
Yeah. I just wish you'd stop hanging out with my kid.
Yeah, I could see that. Can't you just tell her to leave your kid alone? I mean, you're a police officer, right?
I could tell her. Mara's like a hurricane. You can suggest it not hit your house. You can kindly ask that it not lift your cows up in the air.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
Yeah? She get you too?
Yeah, something like that.
Watch out.
Carl just like looks really uncomfortable.
As you sort of look away, you see something in the street. A human shape, just on the edge of the road, walking off into the darkness.
Wait, there's someone there.
You hear the brakes as you sort of like skid a bit to a stop, with the lights facing towards the building that it had just gone behind.
Carl will look through the window, see if they can still see him.
You can't. They sort of walked off of the street and disappeared behind a building.
There was somebody over there.
Fuck. All right. I'll take care of this.
You want me to come
and
with you?
Sure.
Okay.
He sort of like, he opens up like the center panel and pulls out like one of those big lumen flashlights. Do you got a flashlight?
Carl will pull out their phone.
All right. And he opens the door, and immediately the sound of the storm hits you again. Hey, who's out there? Turns on the light, and the flashlight immediately illuminates the building, and you see the side of a one of the like nicer resort buildings that you'd seen on the side of the lake.
Carl will kind of like look through the light and see if they can see anybody.
Give me a spot hidden.
35 out of 70, hard success.
Nice.
I saw them go behind the building.
You don't spot anyone, but you do see footprints, small footprints going behind the building.
There, the footprints.
All right, let's go. And he starts to lead the way.
Carl will follow and kind of look back every once in a while.
Marie, you've been chasing after these footprints that you had seen outside of the doctor's office. They got a bit of a head start on you, but they lead south towards the mountain, sort of like jutting in through various like residential buildings as you manage to keep up to them with your track roll. It is difficult to traverse. The snow in this area hasn't been shoveled, and it is about almost 1.5 feet high at this point. And you can feel like your ankles start to freeze a bit. What are you doing?
I'm gonna continue trying to make sure the path behind me is very clear, and I'll continue following these footprints.
All right. Give me a Constitution.
Okay. I failed. 58 versus 40.
Can you push it?
You can't push it, but you could roll your luck. This is basically this is basically protecting against the colds.
Yeah, I can't. I've already spent 35 luck. I don't want to spend anymore.
You're gonna take 2 points of damage as you essentially start like frostbiting your toes, following after this person.
Yeah.
Especially with like the depth that you're trying to make your footprints.
Yeah. I take it. That's fair.
But you do manage to follow them, and you see them go towards a house, and you see the light inside is on.
Okay. I'll head to the house. Do I know where I am?
You have no idea. Well, you can roll a navigate, and then I will tell you if you have an idea.
Any idea? I probably don't. Nope. 70 versus 10.
You have no
luck.
idea. Can you spend 60? You get the idea that you're in the residential area just based on the direction that you were going. But you have no idea.
Okay, then I'm gonna let's approach the house. And is there a car out front? Is there other people in the house?
You see there's a garage that the front of the garage doesn't seem like it was plowed recently. It's a 2-story, one of the like brick end like cement combo ones with brick as like an accessory. And it seems like fairly large compared to the other ones in this surrounding area. You do see silhouette in the light that is coming from the window, and it has a curtain drawn right now.
Okay, so I saw someone just enter the home, and I see a silhouette in the window.
You didn't see them enter the home, but you do see them like moving, and like their silhouette is left in the window.
Okay, so as far as I know, there's at least one person in there.
Mm-hmm.
The person that I was following, hypothetically. Okay, I'm gonna head towards. I'm gonna continue pushing up, and see if I can listen if they're saying anything.
All right, so you get like right next to the window.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll for stealth because the wind would cover any amount of noise that you could potentially make right now.
Okay.
But I am going to make you roll listen hard because of that aforementioned reason.
Okay, I have a 50 in listen normally. So that's kind of doable, but hard, we'll see.
Oh.
19 versus 25 because I have a 50 normally.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You get as close as you possibly can, and then you realize that there is a heat vent next to you.
Oh, thank God. I put my feet in it by it.
Ooh,
And not only
I feel
does
like that's
it
gonna hurt.
Not only does it keep you warm, it also echoes their voice from inside through the vent. And you hear Nova.
Rich bitch.
And she is talking to somebody who sounds similar to her. And she mentions that she just spotted you in the doctor's office.
Damn it. My
going
arch
through
nemesis.
information. And as you keep listening, the other voice mentions that they should ask you if you found anything. In a way that almost seems like you got information that they would like to know and they themselves do not have.
Okay.
You hear Nova's voice a little bit disappointed, hoping that the tea would be a little bit more dramatically received. But she agrees that given your blatant disregard for privacy and snooping, that you probably found something. They want to talk to you tomorrow.
Do I hear any talk about why she was out by the doctor's house?
She was snooping on you.
How dare you! I don't say anything, but
she knew you were going to the clinic and wanted to follow to see if she could get any dirt.
Well, she did. Okay. How heavy is the snowfall?
Medium. Not quite those really fluffy snow and not a little salting. It's right in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And it is practically diagonal with the wind right now.
Okay, so I'm thinking my tracks aren't going to last very long, even though I tried to make them as big as I could. I think I'm gonna hang out here a bit longer. I'm not gonna enter the house, but I am hoping that my friends will eventually come here.
All right.
I take out my phone and I guess I was gonna see if I could record anything, but the wind is so bad that I probably couldn't pick it up.
You could certainly try.
Yeah.
I will mention that it does seem like their conversation is
Petering out.
winding down. Yeah.
Do I recognize the other voice? You said it sounds similar to her. Do I gather that doesn't she have a sister?
You could make that assumption that it is Aurora.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So maybe Aurora and Nova are on our side too. Which is weird because she was so mean to me, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't want to go in alone, so I'm just gonna stay here and continue to eavesdrop weirdly.
Just kind of huddle next to the heat.
Yo.
All right. Carl, you follow the sergeant around this building, and you can see the tracks going through the snow. And they are very small because they are barefoot.
Oh.
Whoever it is, they don't have shoes on.
That's bad. All right.
Yeah, that sounds cold.
Who's out there? We're just here to help. No reply. You say something.
Okay. Hello? Are you cold?
No response. And as you continue to follow them and you pass past the building, you can see that they continue down to the beach.
Where are they going?
Polar bear swim, I guess? Fuck, I don't know.
That's wild.
Well, let's go. And he keeps walking. And as he shines his light out towards the lake, it flashes on something.
Wait. And
What?
Carl will direct them where they put the light.
And as the light turns, you see a thin, naked, feminine figure.
Do I recognize
What
the person?
Fuck? Give me a spot hidden.
Okay.
They're facing towards the lake, so it. Well,
64 out of 70.
you're an observant doctor, as we have learned. Doctors are. You recognize the mayor.
Is that the mayor?
What the fuck? And she has something in her hand. She's holding what almost looks like a sack. She's holding the front of the sack, and it sort of like drapes down to the beach. And you can see now that she had been dragging it since she had gotten on the beach, and it was placed off to the side.
I think probably because they share my mom's name. Like, they're Marie Bowman is the mayor, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Marine Bachman.
Marine. Oh, okay. Close. It's similar to my
Close.
mom's name.
Yeah. Just take the N off.
What does she have in her hand? Looks like she's been dragging it across the...
I don't know. That looks body-sized.
Yeah.
Ma'am? Mrs. Bachman, are you okay? She's just standing there. She looks almost like drooping, like her head is sort of tilted to the side as she's holding this sack, and her knees are a little bit knocked.
Carl will keep moving forward.
As you do, you sort of get ahead of the sergeant, and he'll slowly start walking, kind of giving you back up, and you can hear him unclip the strap on his gun, but not take it out. Ma'am, we're here to help. Put down whatever you're holding.
Are you okay?
Still-
I can help you. I'm a doctor.
You see her head sort of like loll back and forth now. I don't... Fuck.
Is she okay?
I don't know. This is what I said. People get fucking weird.
Do they normally walk around naked like that?
No. You go ahead. I'll cover you. And
Shouldn't
see
you
him-
go ahead?
Do you have a gun?
No, that's why you should go ahead.
Give me a fast talk.
Okay. I'm not good at that. So Carl's
Do
awkward.
it.
But Carl's also like, you're the one with the gun. What? 57 out of 5.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Carl will listen to
terrible.
authority.
You go, because you are more charismatic than I am, and I will cover you.
What?
Yeah,
With a
this
5
proves
for
how to
fast talk?
Okay, fine. Carl will slowly walk towards creepy naked lady who's carrying a dead body, probably. It's fine.
Your balance is a bit off because every step you take, like this, the beach is rocky. So you kind of feel like your foot slip every time that you take a step. So you're sort of stumbling a bit as you walk forward. And when you get about 5 feet away from her, she stops and sort of straightens up a bit.
Mayor?
And you see her head slowly start turning towards you. And then almost halfway turned, her demeanor completely changes. She almost softens up a bit. She... What? Who's there?
Carl Wilson. Carl will take off their jacket and kind of rush over to her and try to gently put the jacket around the lady.
She almost flinches a bit, but still lets you. And you can see her dark skin is purple in places now. Her extremities are from almost purple to obsidian. As she oh, how did I get here? Where am I?
You don't know how you got here?
No.
What's in the bag?
Bag?
Here,
And
put my gloves on.
See her look down and and drop the bag, or drop what she was holding, and the sack just sort of falls flat on the beach now. I don't know what that is.
You've been dragging it. Here, Carl's gonna give her his gloves.
Oh, thank you.
Your hands look really cold.
She looks over and puts a hand up as the flashlight practically blinds her. Who is that?
This is the sergeant.
Sergeant Novak,
Oh.
ma'am.
Remember his name? Oh, there.
Alright. Well, I need to get it inside. I'm so cold.
Yeah, she needs to get inside. She's probably got frostbite.
Right. And he sort of he puts the gun back and sort of rushes up to her and takes off his jacket as well and wraps it around her and sort of holds her. What was in the sack?
I don't know. Do you want me to look?
Fuck. I mean, we're already here.
Carl's gonna Carl doesn't want to touch whatever it is in case of something. So he's going to get real cold. He's going to take off his like flannel and like try to use it to open the bag and look inside.
Roll me a sanity.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was what was it's gonna be something nasty in there.
And it will be 1d6 if you fail.
17 out of 59, hard success.
This is very on brand because when you open the sack, a brain tumbles out. And a heart sort of settles up behind it.
Does it look human or animal?
Human. And you see all the organs of a single human in this sack.
Carl drops it and moves back, and I think that's why the stuff starts rolling out.
Upon seeing it, the mayor freaks out and starts screaming. Novak says, "What the fuck?
Who is that?"
I don't know. Aren't you a doctor?"
Yeah, I can't tell who it is by their inside. I mean,
fuck.
I need to do tests.
Why do you have this, ma'am? And he kind of like pushes her away and like starts backing up away from both of you. And she said, I don't know. I don't know.
You were dragging it all the way down here from up there. Where did you come from?
No, I wasn't. I was home.
Was someone with you?
No. She like is shaking with panic. I need to get home.
Carl looks to the police officer like, you can't let her go home. And is kind of backing up like a little bit further as well.
He nods in agreement and unclips his handcuffs and like goes up to her. Ma'am, I'm sorry about this, but and then puts the handcuffs around her, holding her like hands behind her back. Yeah, can you? Fuck, I don't even know. Leave that, I guess. It's cold. It'll stay. Bring it with us. Fuck.
Okay. Carl, almost like on adrenaline, I think, is just like using their flannel to like push it back in the bag.
Oh.
And then closing it. And then
it's fairly easy because it is rock hard. It is frozen solid.
Okay, let's
you just sort of like push the brain in. It practically rolls. And everything just like settles back into the bag and you can close it up.
Carl's gonna look around to see if there's anyone else.
Give me a spot hidden.
Did it seem like she genuinely didn't know what happened or that she was faking it? 86 out of 70. Okay.
You don't spot anything. And in fact, like your eyes still have the sort of halos from looking into the flashlight too much.
Yeah, like rings. 27 out of 65, hard success.
She doesn't seem to have any clue what's going on.
Well, sometimes people do things and they forget to, or they black it out. So, okay. Carl, holding the bag with their flannel freezing at this point, I think is just trying to like quickly follow after the officer. And like looking around a little freaked out. This has been a freaky night, okay?
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
And as you begin dragging it back, almost like clinking of glass or ice coming from inside the bag, Novak leads the mayor back to the truck and opens up the back door and like gently puts her in. You can tell that he's almost as startled as he is and is just kind of going through protocol now, and like gets her in the back and then looks at you and almost jumps at the sack. Put it in the back, and he goes around back and opens up the truck bed.
Okay, shouldn't this go in like some kind of evidence bag or something? And then
Don't have a bag that big. I just put it in the back. I'll deal with it
Carl puts
when
it
I
in
get
the
back to the
bag
station.
and just kind of watches as the trunk closes on the body parts.
Fuck. I mean, you got to come back to the station with me. We got to check. You're a doctor. You have to tell me what the hell that is.
I mean, it's a human heart and brain and their organs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means there's somebody out there missing their insides right now.
Who?
You think I know? That's why I'm asking you.
I don't.
Does she live with someone? Does she hang out with anybody?
Think she fucking murdered someone?
That's my conclusion from what I just saw. This lady's on the lake dragging a dead body. Yep, I would assume she probably killed somebody and put their body parts in the bag. I mean, I don't know, but that's my assumption.
God, I gotta get it back to the station. Get the fuck in.
Carl just frustrated gets back in the vehicle and is like really creeped out because it probably like he doesn't know if this person's a murderer who's like sitting behind him.
As you both enter, the silence again, you can hear Marine like softly weeping behind you, and the sergeant just has his hands on the wheel and is just blankly staring out to the road.
He's just sitting there staring out on the road.
He seems like he seems broken for a moment.
Are you gonna drive? Are you gonna drive?
Fuck yeah. Sorry. Oh God. And puts
Is there
it in
like
reverse.
a partition between us and this lady?
Yeah, there's
mayor?
the sort of black like metal mesh behind you.
Okay, so she can hear us if we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does a turn and goes in the opposite direction, back to what you presume is the station. Nate and Laura, you are in the Jeep with Samuel right now. How are you attempting to... You're attempting to follow Marie's footsteps, correct?
Yeah, I would assume the best way would be to drive up, turn on the headlights so that we see it, and then just drive so that the wheels are on either side of the trail, and just, I don't know. That's what I would assume.
Each of you give me a track roll.
Oh, I put stuff in this. Okay.
Yeah.
I got excited. I'm like, it's not a 5. That still failed. 73 versus 45.
22 versus 10, though. I could
Wow.
push, or I could spend luck for
Spend
this.
luck
a
This is
little
12
bit.
points of luck.
Yeah.
I'm spending yeah. Look, Marie spent luck for us. I gotta spend.
Actually,
I gotta spend
real quick, Nate. Sorry, roll with bonus because Marie has been mentioning that she's specifically attempting to make this easier for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here's bonus.
So you can spend one less luck if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'll spend 11 luck instead of 12.
All right. Laura, you can't see anything. You look out to the snow and it's just it looks like a flat plain. But Nate, you sort of turn and realize that the light sort of catches, so you can just make out almost the toenail-shaped shadow on the edge of the footprint. And you spot the pattern leading into the residential district.
Okay, I'm gonna point it out, and be like, there's the trail. I think there's the trail.
All right.
You can see it?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen. I feel like because like those are boots, right? They're like heels.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, was Marie wearing
I feel like
heels?
Marie's the only person who would wear heels in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Damn. Samuel turns back to you, Laura. Are your eyes fine?
I think, yeah, it's fine. It's just like, and I'm gonna instinctively like open my eye for the doctor to look at. I don't know. I think it's the stuff that got in him. I'm not seeing very well right now.
It looks like I might be infected. Just use the drops for now, and I'll try to get antibiotics. Just stay away from people for a little bit. That would.
Should I not touch my eyes?
Yeah, oh yeah, wash your hands. And he hands you kind of hands you disinfectant.
Mm-hmm. I'll squirt some in my hand. I'll take the eye drops he gave me earlier and put some in my eyes.
So then don't get near people. I don't want a case of pink eye in our town during the storm, but
okay,
keep an eye on that.
I'll try to keep an eye on it. All right, I won't touch them. It's just they're so itchy.
Yeah, try not to itch them. I'll give you something for that. And he turns on the Jeep and starts driving in the direction that you pointed, Nate. It doesn't take too long to follow them, and you can see that several of the houses have lights on. A few people are. It's still fairly early in the evening that it seems that people are still active. And you follow the footprints to a house where when the headlights flash, you can see Marie sort of huddled on the side of the building.
Go get Marie. I'll point. Somebody go get Marie. I start to move and then, no, somebody else go get Marie.
I rush out of the car and run over to Marie, but kind of in an attempt a stealthy way because I'm Marie's just huddled by the side of the building. Marie out of the car, come on.
And Marie's motioning for you to be quiet.
And I crouch even more and I shuffle over to Marie. What are you doing?
It's Nova.
Oh, what did she want? Was she the one in the window?
She was following me.
Well, and I'm gonna try to listen. Are they still talking or?
No. The conversation is long done at this point.
It's died down. I'll let's get in the car.
Come on, are you cold? You look cold.
I'm fine.
I reach out to grab Marie's hand if she'll let me.
Oh, okay.
And I'll guide you back with my perfect vision to the Jeep.
You're holding icicles in your hand.
Oh, I think just instinctively, I kind of turn around and do the rub the hands together over your hands to try to warm them up as we go back to the car.
Did you not
Thank
have
God for that
gloves
heat
either?
vent. Have you seen my character art? I am not prepared for the snow.
I warned you all that it would be snowy.
I wanted fashion.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing stopping you from putting on different clothes during the story, but I appreciate the dedication.
I do think I specifically since the last night I did get some winter gear to wear out, but I just wasn't expecting to be running through the snow, so I definitely don't have my shoes on or my boots on. And yeah, I didn't have gloves.
You're going to a
either.
hockey game. You had to look good.
Yeah, I had to show up Nova.
Mm-hmm. But you sneak back to the Jeep, and as you get in, Samuel looks, what the fuck? What were you doing at Aurora's place?
Oh, hi. How are you? Thank you so much for helping, Nate. We couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
We talked to Samuel a bit about stuff.
Oh,
Everything really.
Yeah.
So how'd you like?
He's kind of on our
office?
side now.
okay. Well, this is good then, because allies, a potential new ally as well in Coffee Bitch Nova. I say to Laura.
Samuel starts laughing in only the way that someone knows exactly what you mean would laugh.
Is that her new nickname?
Yes.
Just
She
don't
was.
say it to her face again, or she'll throw more coffee on you.
Yes.
So should I
I'm
drive
learning.
away, or is it fine that they know we're parked outside of their house?
Okay, well, I didn't want to go in without speaking to everyone, but so they followed me. They were trying to get information. They followed us. They're trying to get information about us, but then they seemed kind of intrigued that we seem to be finding out things. Like they want to know what we know. It didn't seem in like a petty way. It seemed like I'm not sure. They could be a potential assistance to us.
I mean, considering what you know is personal medical information and secrets I've been trying to keep myself, I would maybe appreciate not doing that.
Could we maybe tell some of it without spilling all of the beans? You know, the most important beans, we keep them in the bag, but we spill the ones that would just help them, like, you know, season the food. Sorry, the bean thing kind of got away from me.
No, but it kind of works. It's like, I mean, Nova would spill beans everywhere. Like Nova, if you give Nova a bean, there's going to be multiple. She'll cut the bean up and give it to a bunch of different people.
She'll
That's
plant it.
true.
She'll plant it and have a whole bean field.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was so keen to trust her so quick. But in that case, maybe we can use her to gather more information for ourselves without sharing anything on our end.
She can be a bean gatherer.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just based off our last interaction. Do you think that Nova would be open to that?
Okay, it can't be me that talks to her because I can't speak to her ever again.
Well, yeah, I guess we can. I don't know. Most people are reasonable. Is Nova reasonable, Samuel?
No.
Okay.
What about the sister? The sister was also talking.
She's more normal. I mean,
That could be our in, Aurora.
their dad had a whole space thing, and they kind of grew up thinking they were, I don't know, celestial bodies or something. Sorry, I gossip. They're perfectly fine.
Before we go any further, can we make sure we're all on the same page? Because Marie kind of missed everything that you were telling us on the way, as well as everything that we told you.
How about this? Let's go to my place, or one of your places. Make something warm for Marie. Maybe flush out Laura's eye. And Nate, you really gotta stop walking around so much.
I just have one more suggestion.
All
If
right.
we're gonna recruit them, wouldn't now be a good time?
They're right
Before-
here.
They're right there before, and they might have a faucet and a chair to flush out eyes and sit in, and maybe tea or
I would
coffee
really
or something.
like to maybe plan what we're gonna tell them. And he looks at you, Nate, and he says, there's certain personal information that I would like to not get out.
Okay, maybe I'll turn to the group and say, okay, what's important for them to know?
I mean, we could keep it vague, like something weird's going on. You want to
Go ahead.
help?
Yeah, everybody knows that though.
I know. What about we give them breadcrumbs, like we're trying to figure it out. So in a way, we're kind of lying about it, but also like we got to figure this out. Help us solve the mystery.
Could we give information about how the other doctor was suspicious, or not suspicious, but felt like they didn't succeed in finding the correct diagnosis? Misdiagnosis, talk about that.
And that the council, is this too much, was somehow helping make medical decisions in Ben's care? Or of Ben's care?
Mm-hmm.
Of all the beans that we have to spill, what are the weirdest ones? Like, what are the weirdest beans, and which of those can we afford to give them? Because, like, the misdiagnosis thing, okay, but I feel like, I don't know, I saw a house. You know what I mean?
Totally unrealistic.
Well, yeah, but, like, they still get it wrong all the time until the very end. Like, I feel like people get stuff wrong, but the town, the town not wanting, with like not wanting to really help Ben, or thinking, that maybe something magical was going on. That's something that's weird. That's a weird bean, if I've ever seen one.
Well, what beans do we want Nova to spread? Because that's essentially what will end up happening. Distrust,
I turned to
fear.
Samuel, has she been spreading information about this at all? Do you know
bean spreader?
I don't. Nova? No. She's just a gossip, I guess. There's not a lot that goes on here beyond apparently some magical brain thing, that dream thing. But no.
I also don't want to tell it. I don't think we should bring people into the group without speaking to Carl.
Oh, God.
I mean, Carl's still skeptical of everything. Like, no matter what we tell him, he doesn't believe us. So I don't know if Carl wants to be involved.
Carl
Where
thinks
is
I'm on
Carl?
drugs, so
Well, where is Carl right now?
They're at a party. Some witch party.
Oh,
I'm not one to
party?
judge because I'm a chip cultist, but
which
just
What?
following in my footsteps, I'm sure.
listen, are you talking about Mara and Riley and Walt?
I don't know. They went to some party with the young kids. That's all I know.
Listen, they're fine. They'll be good. Those three take care of their own.
Well, Carl did bring my phone to get fixed, I think. That's more of an
Walt's-
aside.
Yeah, Walt would be able to fix that. He's like one of the only people here that probably knows how a phone works properly.
So, Samuel, what you're saying is you do not think that Nova and Aurora should be looped in at the moment because of...
He turns the key just enough to like turn off the engine, and then flicks off the headlights, and sort of he puts his hands on the top of the steering wheel and just leans his forehead up against it. It's been a lot today. We went from playing hockey to me needing to go get a wheelchair, and when I came back, I was ready to drive as far as away from this town as I possibly could when I saw you rifling through my things. And now I'm a part of a conspiracy to... What? What are we doing? Do you just need to prove that I did malpractice against Ben? Is that what we're doing?
Well,
I'll
you know-
admit it. I didn't treat him right. I should have advocated for my patient. I know that.
Listen, I know you tried in the ways that you could, but you have to understand that that person meant something to me, meant something to us. And it's hard to process right now. But I have to reconcile his end. And right now, I don't want to believe that this is what his life was. And that there were people who watched that happen and went, how can this benefit us or we and not him? So I'll just let him die.
He stops and sort of lifts his head up and cocks it to the side and looks back almost like confused. I don't think you really know what his life turned out to be. Yeah, he was sick and he, could have been treated better if we brought him to the city, but he was happy here.
Okay, well then tell me about that, because all I've ever heard is the sadness and the pain, and all I've ever seen is a hollowed out man.
He was... he painted. I don't know if he painted when you guys knew him. He raised a son who's got friends and hobbies, and other than being a bit exhausted right now after the death of his dad, I honestly, when I met Benjamin, I was surprised he wasn't dead years before I met him. He looked like he died a while ago. The fact that he had nearly 20 years of life after that was... I don't claim that that was my doing, but I got to see it happen.
Yeah, but 20 years of whatever enjoyment he got here, but was he robbed of more?
I don't know. What did he have out there? You knew him.
It just feels like this town is like trying to play a god in people's lives.
I think they just embraced him as one of their own.
So he's not from here originally, right?
I don't know where he's from.
In college, he and I talked a bit. I think he was from Seattle. It was why I don't know. I always wanted to live in Seattle. I would ask him a lot of questions about it.
Well, he did like to tell stories.
There's also the matter of the paintings. Okay, before we go any further, Samuel, are there any people in this town that you think we should bring in? And when I say bring in, what I'm saying is, okay, we're not just trying to prove that there was malpractice, I think, as you said, but there's weird stuff that we've already talked about, but there's weird stuff that we haven't talked about, and it's just been weird thing after weird thing after weird thing, and there's something fishy going on here, and it's not just in the lake.
I know. Well,
so we want to get to the bottom of it. Not the lake, but the mystery.
My next step after searching your office was going to be going to see Benjamin.
That's definitely doable, but if you're talking about weird, mysterious shit, Miss Saman might be able to help you. She's bookish. She lives on the island, and I don't know. She seems nice enough. The kids like her.
The island in the lake?
Yeah.
The lake that has a goddess in it?
It doesn't. I mean, do you believe that it does?
I don't know. But I had a vision of your ex-boyfriend.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, there was a whole thing. Look, I'm picking the beans back up.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you need figure out whatever weird shit might be happening here, Farzan is the one that you would go to. I mean, if the lake's frozen, it might be easy to get to her. If not, that's a whole nother story. But I mean, if you want to go look at Benjamin's body, I can get Jack to plow the road up to his estate and show you it lying in the middle of his living room.
Should we tell other people about what we're doing? I turned to the other two.
I don't. Listen, in the you see like Laura messing with her bag, kind of like nervously, because I shoved that journal into the other paperwork in here. And I'm like, can I get a sense of Samuel if he's being genuine and actually like being a team player?
Give me a psychology.
Okay. Crap. All right, let's do this. 88 versus 10.
Oh. Want to spend luck?
I don't think I have enough.
He seems like a man who has lived his life holding on to beans, and now that the beans are out, he's happy, but knows that it's a lot of work. And he seems tired, but in that like world-weary tiredness.
Okay, while they're talking, could I have done a quick like scan of what's in the journal? Like just kind of in the bag, like just kind of seeing like, is it a diary of him talking about Henry, or is it like...
Do you have one of those Game Boy lights that you plug into the side of the Game Boy to...
No, if I had my phone.
I'll give you I'll let you roll a spot hidden hard.
Okay. I got to change that at the top, right? Yes, hard. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then you just click it. Makes it handy. Thank you, Roll4It.
97 versus 22.
Oh my Lord.
You can push it, but I will tell you right away that by pushing it, you will reveal that you have it to Samuel.
I know, and I'm feeling like we have a kind of an ally in the town, and that it's a really bad idea for me to fuck this up. So I think just I'm gonna take a gamble. In full transparency, Samuel, I took some records from your office, and I took this, and I hold up his journal. I haven't looked at it. I'm being honest now. I could have taken it with me. I know.
He reaches out a hand for it.
Is it about Ben? And I hand him the journal.
He grabs it. Some of it. This is my actual personal journal.
Listen, I know this is a small town.
I know.
If you stay here, just get some keys. Lock up some of this stuff. Just like...
Again, I trusted you. Listen, I need you to understand something. I am on a wire here. I'm still trying to decide if I can trust you in the more grand scheme of things. Because in all honesty, I'm about ready to go home, lock the door, and not leave until the snow starts melting. And then I'm going to fucking Calgary or Mexico.
Honestly, maybe that's not a bad plan. Once this is over, maybe you should leave here.
Maybe I will. But I need you to understand something. I needed to know what happened to your friend. If you had read this journal, you would have learned that as part of the preparation for the funeral, I may have sent his organs to get analyzed. I needed to know. I needed to know.
Did you do like an autopsy? Like a full-on one?
I'm not a surgeon. I did the best I could. I sealed them. I put them in the organ transfer boxes and I sent them off. First shipment I could get out. I sent them to Edmonton. A colleague of Henry and I's works there, and he was going to study them and tell me what the fuck happened to your friend.
So, would it be helpful? Because, Samuel, I know a lot of things have been happening, and we've been violating your privacy, sneaking through your stuff, and I understand you're upset. I think you should be upset. Would it help if maybe we all said a secret? Just so we've all spilled some beans of our own?
Tell you what. Can we please just talk about this? Go to sleep, and when we wake up, I promise I'll be 100% on your side. We can talk to Nova. I can get Jack to bring you up to Benjamin. I'm just so tired, and I don't want to have to deal with what you may or may not tell to them. Not tonight.
Do you want to stay where Nate and I are staying? Maybe we should all stay together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll just have to pick up Carl. I imagine that they're back at the house we were given. Or I will be eventually. But
I mean,
I'm
if
also
they're
really tired.
if they're hanging out with the other kids, they're probably fine. I know you can worry. Our town is normally regular, and the kids are all right.
I mean,
I think there's a song about that.
Wait,
I don't mind.
when Laura just had a realization. In the notes, Ben was very tired, right?
Mm-hmm.
Liam is very tired, and now Samuel is very tired. When did you start feeling tired, Samuel?
I don't know. When was I born?
I know we all have the deep sadness and exhaustion of being alive, but like, is this more than that?
He's gonna turn the key and start the ignition and start driving. It's been a lot of long nights.
Maybe this place has the opposite effect on people. Maybe it's like a slow poison.
You know, you might be onto something there.
Do you want me to drive?
Sure. You know how to drive stick?
Yeah, one of my exes taught me how.
And he'll get out and swap places with you.
Just need to tell me where to go, but I think I can do this.
Yeah, I'll point you in the right direction.
And I kind of look over at Marie and kind of give like a knowing look of like, I don't know if you read this the right way, but like maybe keep an eye on our new friend, just in the sense of like, is he okay? Not like he's suspicious.
I think, where am I in the car compared to the doctor right now?
So I could see Nate being in the passenger seat. He was in the driver's seat. You were probably behind Nate because you're small and Nate is large.
Right.
And then Laura was probably behind Samuel.
Okay, I'm gonna do something that I should have done before, but totally spaced on. Because as a player, when reading the notes, the first thing I thought was, oh, this feels very vampirism-like. And then, but that's just, I got Astarion on the brain playing Baldur's Gate 3. But let's not forget that Marie is an occult writer. And one of my biggest skills is occult. So I would like to, using my phone, review the notes that I took pictures of and try and get a sense of anything that jumps out that's like occult in nature.
Roll an occult.
Okay. I have 55 in this. I think it's my best skill besides my money.
You can do it. You can do it.
Wait, I'm still on hard. Hold on.
Yeah, I was
I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah, that's
like 27.
You can roll again.
Okay.
What's your normal? I mean, can we just take the normal, what your normal
That's true.
occult
It
is?
is a success because it's versus 55 normally. So I just succeeded by 1.
We've always re-rolled, but
Okay, I'll reroll.
Oh, come on, Margaret.
that's not my
Come
call.
on.
That's
Teacher,
Kelly's
do we have
call.
homework?
That's Kelly's
Yeah,
call.
that is a
I'm just
full
saying on
teacher we have.
Roll4It, we've always re-rolled. but it's
Yeah, I would
Kelly's
say
call.
reroll.
Okay.
That was my initial. Oh!
Even better, extreme. See, let the fate guide you. Oh my!
Don't try and dig yourself out of this one,
versus
Margaret. I know.
55.
All
What
right.
do
here's
I know about this that's occult-like in nature that's happening?
This is what we're gonna do. Marie, give me a sanity roll.
Oh, that's scary. Okay.
You did
So
so,
many
well.
sanity
You like
rolls.
went
I'm so
into like
hyped.
another dimension.
Oh,
Oh no!
I'm close.
Are you gonna spend more luck?
I think didn't we
You
learn that we
can't on
can't
sanity.
for sanity?
Yeah, you can.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you push
right.
them?
Crap.
You can't push them, can you?
I don't think so.
I'm going to. All right, we're going to shelve that for the moment.
Okay.
And I think what happens is Marie, you're like in hyper focus mode right now. Carl, you are in the car with a panicked police officer and a very distraught mayor behind you.
Yeah, I think as like did he finally start driving?
Yes, he's driving.
I think
towards
as he started driving, Carl's just like, shouldn't you like call backup? Shouldn't someone go like investigate this?
I can call Riley. Did she have a
Girls
radio on her?
Did I see that she had a radio? I think so, right?
You saw her jacket sort of like slung up on a chair. Give me a spot hidden
Okay.
to see if she had her radio on her.
77. 70 out of 70, 80. That was
Ooh.
Exact number.
exact success.
She did, yes. Her radio was like clipped to the front
yeah,
of her jacket.
I think I saw it in her jacket that was hung up.
All right. And he sort of like, he grabs it and you can see him like fumble a bit at the radio as he grabs it. And your thoughts drift. You loosely hear him call for backup from Sheriff Riley as your eyes catch the time. Because you were never aware of how long you were out. You passed out during the ceremony and then woke up and they were awake and let you go. It is 3:16 in the morning. And as your like whole brain just panics and you hear the muffled sounds of the police officer. Marie and Carl. No, what are you doing with that music? You keep that music right where it was.
I went into spoopy music.
Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. That was, never mind. I thought it was the strummy one. I was like, ooh.
I went right into spoopies.
Marie and Carl. You sit on the edge of a hospital bed. Now, with every memory that you have of the last few hours. And you hear beeping behind you.
I turn around. Wait, I see Carl beside me?
Yeah.
I have no memory of how I got here?
Nope.
Mom?
What are you doing here?
What are
What am-
you doing here?
What am I doing here? I was in a car. I was with everyone and the doctor.
I was with the sergeant.
Marie.
someone's body. Carl
I
turns
go
around.
sheet white.
Scarlet. And as you turn around, Carl, you see your father sitting in a hospital bed. The end is near. Where are we?
Do we recognize the hospital?
You look around and you're not in a hospital. The hospital bed is sitting in the middle of the snow, in the middle of the road.
Andy, I know it's hard for you, but what do you know? What do you know about Benjamin? Something's not right. I need your help. We need your help.
Benjamin. I just saw him today.
You saw him today?
Yeah,
Where?
He was in the garden. He wanted to paint me.
What garden?
We told you about the botanical gardens, Scarlet. It was in our old university.
Carl put his hand in his mom's hand.
I don't know what to say. We're trapped in this town, and there's Benjamin's son is there.
Benjamin doesn't have a son.
Andy, I need you to listen to me.
You're pregnant, Marie.
What?
I'm here,
did you-
Dad.
Why did you bring our baby here?
To find answers.
The doctor said you came here yesterday. You don't need to keep coming back for me.
I'll always come back for you.
You feel the bed start to shake as he starts to have a seizure.
Carl will run forward and try to help and stop it.
You hold him for a bit, and the memory immediately flashes of having to do this.
Dad,
And he sort of,
you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
you're so grown up. What are you doing here?
Carl just shakes their head and then looks to his mom. And you can see tears rolling down his eyes.
I wish you could help us.
Just get Ben to help you.
I can't trust Ben. Ben's gone.
He's not gone. We just saw him. Nate and I. He was... we were both naked. He was naked. He had that grin that whole time. I don't think I want him to remember me, Marie. If you talk to him, I can't get him to get rid of that painting. I don't think I looked good in it.
You got it.
You tell him it's an order from the Chip Champlain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, brought
I'll
Car-
set it ablaze. No painting.
You brought Scarlet. I don't want her seeing me like this. Don't bring her here anymore.
The only time that they have to be with you. It's
No. This place is for you and Nate and Laura. I don't want Scarlet here.
What do you mean, Dad? Why is it just for them? What happened?
I got sick. You know that. You're gonna be a great doctor.
Is it the same
And he
as what
starts to spasm again.
Carl tried to stop it again?
is there a chart hanging on his bed?
Yes.
Can I see? I pick it up and I want to look for similarities between what is written on his chart to what I just read.
The chart says 3:16 a.m., 3:16 a.m., 3:16 a.m., 3:16 a.m., 3:16 a.m., 3:16 a.m., 3:16 a.m. Repeated and repeated.
What is this place, Dad? Why do you want me here?
He never got to paint you. He said he wanted to. But he got them all the others.
What does that mean? Did he do something to the paintings?
You're all grown up. Marie, why did you bring her?
Because they deserved answers.
And you see his hand like slowly reach up with a needle hanging from it, going to an IV. And he sort of reaches out to you and puts out a hand.
I take it. They go by Carl now.
Carl. I don't want them here. And you feel your arm pulled towards him.
I can't leave right now.
I don't want him here.
We're stuck here for now. I can't get out, and I can't get Carl out
Get
either.
them away from Ben. And you can feel his grip tighten around yours.
Okay. Yes, I will.
And his head snaps to the side. Get them out of here. I don't want them here.
I try and rip my arm free.
Give me a strength.
Ooh. I fail. Fuck. 86 versus 40.
You feel his hand twist and then keep twisting abnormally as your wrist starts to bend and twist in the wrong direction.
You're hurting me, honey.
Carl's gonna like try to help and be like, Dad, let go of her. And try to help his mom.
As you shake him, his legs begin to twist in the bed. And his knees his right knee lifts over his body and his whole lower half just twists completely over. And the head begins to turn around as his right hand is still spiraling your mom's hand.
I can't. I can't. I just try to pull away again.
I'm trying to help.
Marie, you take 4 points of sanity.
Oops, sorry, I clicked that.
You already failed a sanity. Give me a strength, Carl.
All right. 39 out of 75.
You hear cracking from Marie's wrist as it begins to like twist, and you see bone pierce out of the arm, but you manage to pull
Dad, let go.
Andy's hand free. And as you hold his hand, his body starts to twist around where you're holding, and he begins to like almost counter from itself. His lower half twists while his upper half twists in the opposite direction, and the bed collapses and his body falls to the ground and just keeps twisting and twisting.
I'm just gonna wrap my arms around my mom. Like I've already been pulling her away from them, and when we get away free, I'm just gonna like hold her. That's not really Dad.
We have to get out of here. We have to go.
Something's not right. I believe you now.
I scan the horizon. Does there seem to be any sort of path, or are we just in darkness with the snow?
Can we see the lake?
You can see the street lights are lit down the road, and looking out to the lake, you can see Union Island still with a few windows lit.
We need to go to the island.
Okay. And I'll start running in that direction, not looking back.
As you begin running, you can hear the same sound of flesh slapping up against the ground.
Carl looks back
While
we're running.
You see the twisted, gnarled body of your father traveling across the road towards you. Each time the body twists, the hands slap up against the pavement and seems to be speeding towards you as you begin running towards the lake. As you stumble across the stony beach,
It's following us, Mom. We gotta get faster.
I just keep trying to run.
And as you run, your wrist is in pain, Marie. Mm-hmm. And your feet, now that you're running again, you can feel the frostbite that is sort of set in. And your heels are doing nothing on these rocks. I need you to roll me a dexterity.
Okay. It's my best skill. Yeah! I make it 56 versus 70.
They are luckily wide enough that you manage to run and keep up with Carl as you run towards the water. And you make it. And you can see that the water itself has a surface of ice on top of it, but you can tell that it is not fully frozen yet.
I think we have to run across the lake.
Okay.
And you begin running.
I take off my... You said it was like not super frozen?
It's not fully frozen. It is frozen enough that you could start walking on it, but you can definitely see the water on the edge of the ice still sort of peeking through.
I'm going to take off my shoes. I have to. I can't run with heels on the ice.
Carl,
if I think I have time. Because we're being chased.
I'll look back. Do I see how far
he has just made it to the rocky beach, and you can see as he twists, rocks are thrown up into the air.
I'll help her take off one of them. So she's taking off one while I'm taking the other.
Right.
So I'm like carrying a shoe. She's carrying a shoe. We're running.
He makes it about halfway down the beach by the time the shoes are off.
Oh, God.
And you begin
we
running
can't
across the lake.
Yeah, and I'll say, try and stay away from me so that we are way less, and I run.
Do you abide, Carl?
Carl's smart. Carl knows that's the right thing to do and will. But is going to be looking out ahead to see.
Give me a spot hidden then.
Ooh, 22 out of 70, hard success. I'm looking for thin ice.
As you run, you notice spots that have like started to crack already, and you can begin to avoid those. As you hear the sound of ice cracking behind you, as the hands and the flailing feet behind the mass make it onto the ice and just start cracking it as it continues towards you.
Carl will point out to like pieces. Watch out for that! There's a sheet of ice. Watch out! And like start just pointing at whenever they see ice, while in between trying to breathe while they're running as quickly as possible.
But
I'm gonna take the heel and I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can behind me, hoping to break it as we continue running.
Roll a. Let's call this strength, because you don't really need to aim it.
Yeah.
Ooh, these
9
rolls.
out of 40. Woo!
Oh my goodness.
I'm going
Telling
to.
a story.
As you throw the shoe behind you, you hear it stick into the ice, and almost like finding the spot in a rock, the weak point that cracks it open, you hear it begin to spiderweb out, just this. And you hear, after a few slaps in the ice, splashes, and then what sounds like struggling through the water, as you have definitely slowed it down. But Carl, if are you still looking behind you at all?
Yeah. Carl will look back every once in a while and look out. Carl's looking out and forward to see if there's cracking or if there's thin ice, and looking back to see how close. Spiral
you can
Daddy.
see now the mass is like flailing in the water, trying to stabilize. It is slowed down, but after the two of you make it forward quite a bit, making a bit of distance, you can see that it sort of catches a few of the edges of the ice and starts getting up. And then the ice breaks, and you can see it go under the ice. What are you doing?
I'm running still to the island.
All right. Both of you rolled dexterity, but I'll give you a bonus just from all of the stuff that you've done.
Okay. 69 out of 70. Barely.
Fail.
Goodness. Oh no.
I'll roll my bonus, but I failed by 87 versus 70. Bonus is 0.
No.
How's it 0? I think that might be, I don't know. I think
It's a 1d10 minus 1, and I crit failed. I got a 1 minus 1, which is 0.
No.
Weird. Regardless, I don't think you would have gotten it.
Yeah.
Carl, you're pointing out breaks and looking back at the mass, which has disappeared now. But you occasionally see the ice lift a little bit, coming towards you. And as you look forward and dodge a crack in the ice, look back and see the ice rising, you look over, and Marie is no longer visible.
Mom? Carl's gonna just like frantically look for, like stops running forward and starts frantically looking for their mom.
As you begin to run towards where you had last seen her, you see a large hole in the ice and the water sort of settling.
Carl just shoves their hand in there and starts like reaching around and screaming, "Mom!"
Give me a hard spot hidden, Marie.
Oh. Hard spot hidden.
Yes.
12 versus 15.
You are falling through the water, and you can see bubbles coming up out of your face towards the ice above you. And you spot a hand reach down.
I reach my hand up and grab the wrist and I look back. It's like an anime moment of like my arm reaching to my lover in the water as I get pulled up by my kid.
And you are drenched and cold, and you can see the breath coming out of your mouth as you are pulled onto the ice by Carl.
Go! Go!
And you
Carl's
see now
gonna
that
just
you are
hold.
about 3/4 of the way to Union Island.
We're gonna walk slowly
Oh.
the rest of the way. I think Carl doesn't have any clothes to give to their mom at this point. I gave all my clothes to the naked lady who might have murdered somebody, and now we're drenched and cold.
I need both of you to make a sanity roll.
Makes sense.
It will be another 1d6.
I
93 out of
succeed
59.
50 versus 65.
Okay.
Fail.
You only take 1 sanity as your hand like freezes, Carl, and you immediately get cold. And the water from your mom soaks into your clothes. And you slowly start walking towards the island. The ice ceases moving. As you get to a dock that is frozen into the lake at the base of Union Island.
We get up onto the dock. Off the ice.
You do, and immediately you feel not good, but safer. And as you look out to the dark ice, you see that it slowly goes still.
Teeth chattering, I think Carl just shouts out to the house, "Help!" and kind of just shouting out towards the light as we're walking closer to it.
I think Marie is so cold and just basically freezing to death, literally, and all she can do is continue pressing forward with her kid. I can't speak, I can't breathe, as I just will myself to carry on.
And as you walk, the shape of Union Island is almost like a bean. The dock where you got on is low and touches the water. And as you make your way along this sort of curved edge or the curved surface of this island, it slowly raises up to where you can see what almost looks like a monastery. It has what is clearly architecturally a chapel, and then almost more a smaller rectory off to the side. And as you begin to walk towards it, you feel a pull at your backs.
Carl turned around.
You see a withered, empty man. Marie, you recognize this as Benjamin, standing in front of you. And he has as you recognize him in the picture, standing stark naked in front of you with 2 arms sewn underneath his arms, hanging limply to his side.
Oh, Carl, go, just get to the house.
I'm not leaving you, Mom.
Go. You heard what Dad said.
I can't.
If you love me, you'll go.
Carl, like tears streaming down their face, probably like freezing on their face. Just runs.
And as you turn, you're sitting in the cop car.
Carl just starts breathing heavily and holding on to like the arm of the door, and probably the police officer with their other arm, and just
Riley, are you
tightly.
fucking there or not? Pick up. What? She's not answering.
What? Carl's just kind of like,
Get it
freaked
together.
out.
You need to be in this with me. Calm down. We're almost there.
Carl's gonna look back at the lady in the back.
She's still panicking. And you can see it is now 3:17 a.m.
Carl just kind of sit back in the chair slowly and is pretty freaked out.
It's fair. I think the cop almost looks over at you and seems surprised that you're now suddenly at the same level of shocked as he is. But then, Riley, pick the fuck up. Where are you? I swear to God. And like slams the radio down. Laura and Nate. Laura, you're driving along the road as Samuel's sort of like arm is over the back of Nate's seat, and he's just like pointing, all right, turn left here. We're gonna go straight for a while. Did you just follow his directions?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to get around, so I'm just gonna listen to Sam.
Listen, I really appreciate this. It's been a tough few years, and it's honestly going to be kind of nice to have someone who knows what I'm talking about.
Well, I know that I stole your journal, and I know trust has to be earned, but I do want you to know that we're trustworthy people.
I think you're city trustworthy.
I wasn't always from a city, but well, hopefully you'll trust me more the more you get to know me.
Here's hoping. Should be the third on the right here, and sort of like leans back in his chair.
I'll pull up and park the car in front of Nova's house and take the keys out and hand the fob or whatever it is back to Samuel. Well, I guess we commence the sleepover portion of the evening.
As you look back, you see Marie sitting still in her chair, her mouth agape.
Marie, we're here. Are you? And I'm gonna like tap like the seat and like see if I can get Marie's attention. Marie, Nate.
What?
Something's wrong with Marie. I'm gonna
Marie?
turn around and like on the back of the seat start like reaching over to like touch Marie's shoulder and see if she's
Sam is like
responsive.
fully like checking her pulse now and like trying to shake her. Don't move her. Is she prone to this? Has this ever happened before?
This what? What's happening? I can't see. I can't really twist.
She's like in a comatose state. It's like a fugue.
All right,
No, I've never seen this before. What's happening, Doc?
I don't know. Help me get her flat.
And I'm just like doing whatever I can. I'm like halfway leaning over the seat.
Yeah, I like force my way out of the car and sort of like with one leg I sort of hobble around the side and open it and sort of like I want to, as much as possible, since I'm on painkillers, I guess, help like lift her legs and help turn her.
And he starts like checking her, like I said, checking her pulse, seeing if she's breathing. And after a while, he looks up and says, she seems to be in a fugue state, I think.
Shine a light in her eyes. This is what they did in House.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna start snapping my fingers by Marie's head. Marie.
No response.
I want to see if I can turn on my light and shine it in her eyes to see if her eyes dilate.
You do, and no reaction. Oh, fuck. All right, help me get her inside. Try not to move her neck or anything.
Okay.
And he like tries to stabilize her head.
I'll grab her legs. I think Marie is like smaller than us, that it shouldn't be an issue to bring her in.
She's a small person. I'll grab the crutches and hobble inside.
And which house were you going to first? Riley's or Nova and Oliver's?
I was thinking we went to Nova's just because it was, and then we would go get Carl or check and see if Carl was at the other house.
So you unlock the door, Nate, and hear the beep beep of the door as he brings her in and lays her on the Instagram-worthy couch. And then proceeds to like try to flash light in her eye, and no response.
Okay. I'm gonna sit on the floor next to Marie, and
her pulse is okay. She's still breathing, so I think she's fine. Maybe it was the stress, or Christ, I don't know. I saw Ben do this once in a while.
What? I'm gonna grab Marie's hand. Does she? And I'm gonna squeeze it. Does she squeeze back?
She does.
Marie.
But you almost feel like a twitch from the hand, as if it hurt.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down, and I'm just gonna like wave Nate over. Maybe if there's like a coffee table or whatever, I'm just like gonna push that out of the way. I don't know. Let's just talk to her. Like, wake her up. I don't know.
Marie, hey, can you hear us in there? Blink twice if you can hear us.
No response.
Marie, you're scaring us. I just want to tap on her face a little bit, give it a little light tap.
It feels cold when you touch it.
She's like, is it like ice cold? Like really, really cold?
Not ice cold, but definitely colder.
She feels cold. Could it be because she was out in the snow?
She was out there for a while, and I grabbed the nice Sherpa throw that's probably on the couch and throw it over Marie.
Yeah, let's wrap her up. Maybe she's cold.
You see Sam.
Get her out of these cold clothes.
Sam sort of stands up and backs away and sort of like bumps his leg up against the coffee table. I swear to God, I won't let this happen again.
Then do something. You're a doctor. She's lying here. You're backing away.
No, here.
She's stable.
There's gotta be something we can do. There's always something you can do. And I'm gonna like saddle up next to Marie. Hey Marie, remember when we went out in college and we met those older ladies at that rock club?
No response.
She's gotta like hear our voices or something, right? And like she'll wake up.
Marie, hey Marie, please. Remember, look, I, as the Guac Master, don't give you permission to do this to the chip cult. Okay? We've already lost one member. We can't lose another. All right? We need you.
We need you, Marie. Carl needs you, Marie.
Is there smelling salts? Something?
Check the kitchen. I don't know if the kitchen I don't know, probably not smelling salts.
I grab a crutch and jab it at Samuel and say, you, go get something useful from the kitchen.
Yeah, all right. And he leaves. The time is 9:25 p.m.
I would like to. Is there something weird going on here? Like, is there? I know that that's a very vague and big question, but is there anything I notice that's like out of the norm?
Give me a spot hidden.
And while she's doing this, can I do some kind of first aid? Well, there's two things. There's one is I've worked with injuries before, you know, doing some first aid as a hockey coach. Number two, there's something spoopy going on. Is there anything that I can do with either of those things to be like, look, do I see any injuries? Do I see this as something that I could maybe help with? And number two, does this seem supernatural in nature?
You can give me a first aid.
Okay.
I got a 63 versus 45 failure.
I got a hard success, 15 versus 50 on a first aid.
Once you go into sort of that reactive coach mode, your instincts start to kick in, and you begin checking. Did she hit her head? Did something hit her in a place that would knock her out? And as you're all warming her up, you notice that her arm has markings on it, as if something had hit her. It's a bruise, but it doesn't look like she smacked something. It almost looks like the bruise is forming from underneath.
I'd like to say this. I'd like to shout this out to Samuel.
And he comes running back. She doesn't have any fucking first aid stuff. She has a million types of teas if you want one.
This isn't the time for tea. She's getting bruised. It's like it's under her skin. Is there something you could do? What is this normal?
She might be. Is she anemic? Have you seen her? Does she eat iron?
Okay, that's a word that was in Ben's stuff, right?
I think it. As I was doing my spot hidden, I failed. Am I able to use my luck on that?
You can. You can also push it if you wish.
I think pushing this Marie might explode if I get a really bad roll. I think I'm gonna spend 18 luck points.
All right. You notice her phone clutched in her hand with the notes that you had taken pictures of.
I'm gonna grab those. I'm gonna try to get the phone from her hand.
It's a bit tough. Her grip it's almost like she's gripping it, but you managed to take it from her. And you see the notes that Samuel had written as a picture.
I'm gonna start looking at it immediately and see if there's anything on the screen that it's kind of frozen on, if you will.
Not really. It seems like she was in the middle of scrolling, so it's like halfway through a sentence. It got to the part about Henry wanting to ask or getting the council to keep Ben here.
I'll start looking through the notes and seeing if there's anything. I'm like, as Katie, I'm scanning the notes right now.
While that's happening, is there anything I can roll to see any sort of weird activity, like supernatural stuff?
You could do occult as well.
All right, well, let's go for it. Come on. That's a failure. 94 versus 25. Can I push it?
You could try to push it.
I want to help my friend. I cannot afford to lose this person too. I'm gonna push it. I got a 1 in 4 chance. 80 versus 25.
You're joining
I will
her.
leave with this then. As all of you, we sort of pan back as all of you are tending to Marie. The doctor clearly shocked that it seems to be happening again. Laura scrolling through the notes, and Nate trying everything to discern a supernatural element to this. The last thing you remember, Marie, is a raven landing on your chest and pecking out your heart. And that's where we're going to leave for tonight.
Oh, man. That is intense. Are you all right, Shar?
Is your
can't
face
Char
all
has
right?
gone catatonic.
I tried to keep my eyes open.
I know your eyes are
I'm like
Oh.
crying the entire time. Like water's. I'm like puddle.
But everyone is
Whoa.
okay? Everyone's good?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so.
Now you can now please play the happy.
Yeah, we gotta play some happy music. We gotta out after show for this one. I think it's just gonna be a let everything out after show. Okay, well, thank you all of you for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed the show. If you did, the best way to show that you enjoyed it is by supporting us. There are many ways to do so. For instance, like our supporter today, Jackson Decay. Thank you, Jackson, for supporting us. If you'd like to become a supporter just like Jackson, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And not only does that give you an opportunity to support an episode, but it also gives you an opportunity to play with one of our lovely cast members as we GM for you for a private session, which is really fun. There's also a ton of other goodies up there for you, like our after show that we're going to record after this, if you want to know some secrets. And of course, if you're here watching us on Twitch live, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You can subscribe to us on Twitch and get access to the VODs in advance, as well as emotes. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can use your Amazon Prime to sub for us for free, and that helps support us. And then the money doesn't go to Jeff Bezos if you don't spend it. So help us out. And of course, you can become a YouTube member over on YouTube, where that gives you access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord, where I'm sure there's going to be thoughts and feelings. I can't wait to read those. Definitely tag us and let us know if you have any questions. We also have merchandise. I'm working on a Chip Cult shirt because I know people want one. You can check out our merch over at designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it and get yourself a mug and a sweater, because it is sweater weather. So definitely sweater weather time. And also, if you get one, take a screenshot. Yeah, because I live virtually. Take a picture and send it to us. We'd love to see it. And a big thank you to our sponsor today, Roll20. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode. It was a doozy. And Roll20 definitely helped with making easy to do regular hard types of rolls, because I don't even know how to do the math of that. So I'm glad it did it for me automatically. But before we wrap up today's episode, we do want to thank all of these wonderful people for being amazing role players, but they also do other great things on other channels. So we want to give them an opportunity to say where they're at, what they're up to, and where you can find them elsewhere outside of Roll4It. First and foremost, Kelly, where can people find you when you're not freaking us the fudge out?
I mean, that's what I always try to do. So I am the storyteller for our Vampire the Masquerade stream on Tabletop Titties with double D's. And I think this has surpassed the creepiness level of our vampire stream. So if you want something a little bit more tame,
And it's not even over.
you can watch our Vampire the Masquerade. You can also check out Drinking and Screaming, which is my love and I's podcast about horror movies and cocktails, and viewing both of them through a queer and feminist lens. If you want to find me on things, go to linktr.ee/themindright or Google the Mindright link tree, which might work. I'm not too sure. I don't know how things work, but you can hunt me down. And then
All right. Hunt Kelly down like their creatures and NPCs hunt us down.
Like you were a roly flesh person.
Yeah. Next up, speaking of Char, let's head on over to you. Where can people find you at when you are not? Oh my gosh, I thought you were really catatonic there for a moment. I was like, Char, are you okay?
That wouldn't have been good aftercare.
No.
You can find me at Charlene Bear on all social platforms and over on Tabletop Titties, where I am the DM of our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition actual play show. And listen to Drinking and Screaming. There's over 100 episodes. Great stuff over there. We're hoping to start it up again soon. But until then, 100+ episodes to go listen to. Do it.
Do it.
All right, next up, we've got Jeremy Cobb. Where can people find you at when you are not failing miserably at fake falling?
I did succeed on fake falling. I just failed to lie about it.
It's true.
You can find me on several different places, Twitter and Blue Sky at Jeremy Cobb1. That's Cobb with 2 B's and number 1. You can also find me on the show 3 Black Halflings, which is a podcast that I'm on about diversity and inclusivity in TTRPGs and nerddom in general. You can find that wherever pods are cast, as well as the Quantum Reactor, a sci-fi movie review podcast that I do with my buddy Andrew Coons. And you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/casualquestlive, where I stream Mondays with Char and Kelly as part of a co-op Baldur's Gate 3 stream, as well as Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So yeah, come check us out. It's going to be a blast. That's
awesome.
me.
And last but not least, we got Katie. Where can people find you at when you are not stealing people's journals but giving them back?
I didn't want to have any bad blood. I was like, that could get this more complicated.
I would have kept that journal. I want to know what's in it.
I do too, but I was worried about the backlash that might unfold for us later.
Kelly, is there journal entries somewhere?
No.
Oh.
There is not.
Oh. Sweet.
What he told you is basically what you were gonna find.
Yeah,
Okay.
Honesty is the best policy. I'm Katie Peters Plays. Go to my Twitch channel, katiepetersplays.tv. All my links are over there if you want to find me on social media and Twitch. I've been playing a lot of scary games for October, and I stream 3 days a week, so come hang out over there. And I have 2 podcasts. Katie hasn't seen that, and Quantum Drive. If you want to have me talk in your ear at the supermarket or when you're driving, that is an option for you. But yeah, I'm just sitting here racking my brain trying to solve the mystery of the phone in Marie's hand, and will continue to do so until I go to bed tonight. So that's me. What about you, Maggie?
Yeah, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I do lots of things on the internet, and that is where I tell you about them. So if you'd like to keep up with it, follow there. This Friday, I will be doing a fun charity stream, so definitely want to tune into that. And of course, I think Vampire this weekend as well, which I'm excited about. But I do lots of other things, and I also make video games and games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, which you can find at Ashes of Creation, all of the places. And with that, we are going to go record an after show. So thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting in all the places. We love seeing your comments, and we love getting to interact with you all. So keep that up, and we'll share the deets when we got the chip cult shirt. So we'll see y'all next week. Get ready.
Bye.